I'm Shelly Turner with the Builderall team. In this video, we're going to edit our website to make it our very own by changing some of the images and the text and some of the things that are in this website. So remember, it's a template and it's got a lot of things in here already, including a full menu, and that's right here at the burger menu. Remember, we're starting in mobile view because you chose the mobile first drag and drop builder. And on this menu, we've already got it created and it's got anchor points. That's what this little blue thing is right here. So if you scroll down, you'll see several blue things like that. Those are called anchors. And that menu up at the top is made up of anchor points. So if I right click and I go to configure, it shows which menu it is. And then if I click the gear button, I can see all of the items that are on that menu. So these things that are showing up as blue are anchor points. That means those are points that are all on the same page that we created, these points, these anchor points that we created. When the user clicks these anchor points, it will take them to a different area on the same page. It won't take them to a different page. So these blue items are menu items that we've manually made. The gold items are the items that the computer has made automatically for us. They were already there in the template, so you don't have to create these from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. And let's take a look at where these menu items go. So if I go to preview, you'll see that I can click the menu. And here are all of our anchor points right here. So let's say I wanted to go to testimonials. If I click on that, it takes me all the way down to testimonials. If I go back up, I can see if I click services, it will take us to the services area. So this menu is completely ready for you and you don't have to do anything to set it up. The next area you're going to edit is the logo. So I'll go back to the editor. And if you click on your logo, you'll see that you can kind of drag it around and drop it exactly where you want it. Once you have it in an area where you want it, you right click and you choose change image. And then you can choose to either add an image from your digital file repository. You can choose an image from the list of images that we have available for free, or you can actually upload an image from your computer and then add it to the digital file repository. So there's several different ways you can do it. I'm going to go ahead and choose just a generic logo, just like that, and click confirm. And now you can see that I've changed that image. And if you take a look at the desktop version, now that I've changed that image, you'll actually see that that image is on the desktop version as well. So just remember, when you change it on the mobile, it changes it on all versions. I'm back in the mobile area, and now I can choose to edit the email. So I'm going to double click on that field, and that puts the cursor in there. And now I can edit that field by changing it to my email. Same thing with the phone number. I can double click in there and that puts the cursor in there, and then I can edit the phone number. And then right here, I've got some more text. If I double click in those text areas, that puts the cursor in there and I can edit those areas. The next area that I can edit is the buttons. The first button is the portfolio button. It is an anchor point button. So on the live version, we'll go ahead and preview. When I click that button, it takes me to the portfolio area of the page. So if I click it, there's our projects or portfolio area, and you can edit that area and make it bigger, or you can set that button to go to another page so it shows some of the projects that you've worked on. The next button is the Contact Us button. I'm going to go back into the editor, and you can right click that button and choose Action. And there's a couple actions you can choose for this to take. For the mobile version, you can click Phone and then put your phone number in there. That way, when they're on their mobile device and they click that button, it will ask if they want to dial that phone number. Another option is to go with an email. And if you choose an email, you put the email address in there and the subject. And when they click this button, it will open their email client and it will fill in the to email address and the subject for them. And then all they have to do is fill out the body and it will enable them to send you an email. Here's what that looks like when I access that button on my mobile device. and it pops up the email client and fills in the information for me. So you can choose to do an action of phone number or email. If you wanted to, you could do any of these actions. The most common for a contact us button is either the phone number or the email address. Scrolling down, you can change these counters right here by right-clicking and going to text. And right here, this one says numbers and 400. If you wanted to change it to a percentage, you could by clicking the percentage button. Once you've made the change, just click confirm. And you can do the same thing here. You can also change the text by double clicking on the text area and then typing in the text that you want. And then don't forget, you can also right click and choose text and change it as well. So all of those can be edited. Then you've got our services. Again, you can double click into a text box and you can choose to change that text. Another way to get in there is to right click and choose text, and you can change it as well. You can also change any images. This is just an image. If you right click, you see it's an image box, and you can change the image if you want to. And then we have some other areas where we have an image, and then we have text, and you can change the text by either right clicking and then clicking the word text, or you can double click into a text box and that will put your cursor in there, and then you can change the text accordingly. Scrolling down, there's another anchor point here, and then some more text that you can go in and change if you want to. You can either double click on the text box and that'll put your cursor in there, or you can right click on a text box and choose text, and that will allow you to have your cursor in there so you can change that text. You can change the buttons. Our portfolio is another anchor button that'll take you to the anchor point where it talks about projects right here. And then this button that says send request now, if you right click it, you can go to action. And again, you can allow it to do a phone number. You can allow it to pull up an email that's partially filled out, or you can choose to send it to an anchor point, a web address. There's several different options here. You choose the option of what you want for that button. If you want to change the text of that button, you can right click and go to text, and that will allow you to change the text of that button, and then you click confirm. The next area is our projects. To change this text, you can either right click and choose text, and that will put the cursor in there, or you can double click and that will put the cursor in there and you can edit that text. And then of course the button, you can right click the button, you can change the text of the button, you can also change the action of the button and where you want that button to go or what you want that button to do. Here's some more text here, including why us. Remember, to get in there, you can double click to put the cursor in there, or you can right click and go to text, and that will get the cursor in there so you can change that text. These pictures are a combination of an image and a text box. So if you want to change the image, you'll right click and go to change image. If you want to change the text, you can go to double click and get the cursor in there, or you can right click and choose text, put the cursor in there and change that text. So any of those can be changed. The next area is our team. Again, you can click in there and change the wording our team if you want to change it. And of course, you can change this wording here. This is actually a box. And in this box, we've got an appearance. And the box appearance, if you take a look at the colors, there's no color to it, but it does have a picture as a background. So this is a box with a background of the picture of the person. If you want to change that picture, you just click the upload. So you click that button, upload the picture that you want to use to change it, and then that will change the background of that box. Then right below the box, we've got another text area that you can change, including the name, the title, and information about that person. The next item here is a social media bar, and you right click that, and if you want to edit that, you just click edit, and you can change the size, the spacing, and the position. The next thing you can do is right click and go to image, and that will allow you to choose what images are on this social media bar, and you can put in the information as well, including the link to their Facebook profile, their Twitter profile, their Google Plus, or their YouTube. There's several other choices. If you do not want a specific icon in there, for example, if you don't want the Instagram, just click the X and that will get rid of it and take it off the social media bar. Once you're done with all your edits, just click confirm and all the changes will be there and ready for you to save. This is the exact same thing as the first one. If you right click, you'll see that it's a box. If you go to appearance, you'll see that in that area where it says colors, there's actually a picture that's the background. That's where the picture of the female comes from. If you want to change that picture, you just click that green button and you can choose another image to put in there and make sure to confirm it when you're finished and you can change that picture. Right below the picture, you have a text box for the name, a text box for the title, and a text box with information about the person, and another social media bar. So it is possible to have this social media bar as all the social links for this person and another social media bar for the social links for this person. The next area is ready to get started. You can change any of that text by right-clicking and choosing the word text to put your cursor in there, or double-clicking to get your cursor in there, and then you can edit the text. There is another button, Contact Us Now. You can right-click that button, and you can choose to change the text on that button. You can also choose to change the action, and these are the actions that you can choose for that button. The most common, especially if it says Contact Us Now, is to add the phone number or the email. If you choose to add the email, whatever email you put in there is the email that it'll be sending to. It'll pull up their default email client when they push this button, and it will allow them to send the email to whatever email address you put in that form. The next area is testimonials. You can change any of this text, including the text here. If you right click, you'll see that it's just a text box. So you can choose to get in there by clicking the word text, or you can get in there and edit by double clicking on that box, and that will get the cursor in there. You can change this picture to another person's picture by right-clicking and going to Appearance. And when you go to Appearance, it's that same menu we've been looking at. Click the colors, and you see there is a picture background. To change the picture, just click the green button, and that will allow you to choose any picture from your digital file repository. You can also upload a new file by choosing the Upload button and upload it directly from your computer. You've got an area for 2 testimonials, and then below the testimonial there's a text box to change their name and a text box for their title. The next area is the map area, and you can edit that by right-clicking, and you can choose Edit. When you choose Edit, put the address of the location, and you can do a description, and it will change the look of the map to reflect where your address is at, and it will have a really awesome map for your users to follow. And then the last area is the footer area. Your logo is there. If you right click and you go to change image, you can change the image of your logo. I'm going to go ahead and change it to that green smoothie so you can watch me change it. I'm going to click on it right there and click confirm, and now that logo is changed. And then you can change the copyright information on the footer if you want to. So that will quickly get this entire page edited with your information, and it will be mobile ready. Then you'll need to click the tablet version and go through the same thing that you did with the mobile version and change things that you need to change to make it work for you. And then when you're finished with the tablet version, go to the desktop version and make any changes there that you need to do to make it work for you and your business. Once you've done all of that, make sure you go up to the top right-hand side and click Save, and then Save again, and all of your changes will be saved and ready to go.